Hello, my name is Jussi Penttinen and I'm the founder and the host of our Christ Is group. We had our first gathering on February 16th. There were a delightful number of participants, both physically at Uudenmaankatu, Helsinki and remotely on Zoom. The purpose of our study group is to focus on the core teachings of Jesus. We think that the teachings of Jesus are quite modern and at the same time very challenging, of course. And I argue that we fail to fully appreciate their timelessness and connection with, for example, the Advaitic teachings from Advaita, the non-dualistic approach, which is quite popular as a trend among spiritual seekers today. Since Jesus' own native language was Aramaic, we will also utilize Aramaic sources as much as we can. So, this was our first gathering, and we went through many different subjects, of course, and sayings from Jesus. Perhaps the most important one is Jesus' prayer, which is commonly known as the Lord's Prayer, and we feel that it's kind of a cornerstone for us, and we'll return to that regularly, because we see it as a prayer and meditation practice both together. And that's the way to help us connect with our God or ourself within. And we can quiet down into this kind of a peaceful state beyond the mind, which, for example, according to Sri Ramana Maharshi, is our true state and nature. Jesus also said, "Go to peace." And whatever that may mean, we feel that we also strive to this peaceful state as a practical practice for us. And we also discussed what Jesus actually wants to teach us. What's his main teaching and what's the purpose of it? Of course, Christ said, look for the kingdom of God first before you do anything else. And that's a very interesting topic, which we'll go through much more thoroughly during the spring. And of course, the two main commandments of Jesus: love thy Lord, your God, with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. And the second one, love your neighbor as thyself. But what does it mean to love your God with all your heart? Or how can we love our neighbor as ourself? And also, do we really love even ourselves in a healthy, non-egoistic way? These are questions, of course, we try to ponder and study more thoroughly during this year also. And there was also some talk about the origin of the texts, which came first, Aramaic or Greek versions. Well, maybe we don't get a full answer for that or to that ever, but and doesn't really matter. I think the most important thing is that we have several different sources that we can utilize in our studies and thus get the broadest possible picture of Jesus' teachings in general. And it was also interesting, by the way, to notice that 2,000 years ago, in Jesus' time, people were more connected to nature in a natural way, and also connected with each other. If you compare today's selfie culture, where everybody just is concerned about one's own needs and privileges and such, it's interesting to remember that point also. Of course, there are also genuine interest among people to find the truth about reality or ourselves, so no question about that. That also is very strong. And what else? Well, I think these are the basic things we were talking about. Teachings of Jesus will be the main topics during the spring and the whole year, actually. And we're trying to focus with an open mind and find out more what Jesus really meant. And we're of course starting with a Christian background because that's what most of us have. So it feels natural that we don't go too far. Try to keep home, so to speak, and search what do we have right here with us right now. without going too far in our searches. So these were the basic topics, and if you like to participate remotely, please do. Just send me an email and I'll send you a Zoom link in return. All the necessary contact information and our upcoming meetings can be found below of this podcast. So warm welcome to everybody and thank you for joining.